wear this goofy safety because I'm walking over the top of you guys. You guys enjoying the show so far? All right, that's what I like to hear. Well, you guys have heard a lot about passion and purpose from all of our performers throughout this performance. There have been many times in my life where I've wanted to give up on my passions. I wanted to give up on my dreams. See, I started walking wire at the age of 2. It was natural for me. This was life. But as I grew up, I remember hearing my parents have conversations about struggling financially. I remember reading my great-grandfather's book that he wrote in the 70s before I was born. In that book, he says, in the circus world, one day you eat the chicken and the next day you eat the feathers. We all know the stories of starving artists. My mom wrote a book in the 80s called The Last of the Wallendas. She didn't believe there'd be a future in our industry. I remember growing up with that news. Here I had this passion for performing, but I thought I was going to have to give it all up because of those struggles. I think of so many times throughout my career where I've wanted to give up because of the challenges that I've faced. I think so many of us give up on our dreams and our passions because of challenges, often because we just settle for status quo. We have these incredible dreams and ideas, and we just settle. I think so many people are miserable going to work every day, to be honest with you, because that's what pays their bills. And they've given up on all their dreams. Well, I'm here to hopefully encourage you guys to pursue your dreams against all odds, no matter how crazy they are. I think of the time that I decided that I wanted to become the first person in the world to walk wire directly across the precipice of Niagara Falls. What people don't realize is in order to get permission to do that walk, I had to change 2 laws in 2 countries, one in the United States and one in Canada, that were over 100 years old, that said no stunting over Niagara Falls, in order to get permission to do that walk, in order to get permission to fulfill that dream. I remember having many meetings with politicians on both sides of the border. And I remember leaving meetings often discouraged, ready to give up. Many times someone would tell me what I wanted to do was impossible. They're not going to change a law in the United States. They told me it was impossible to walk across the falls where I walked. They told me I was crazy to dream that way. I wonder how many of you guys have been told your dreams are crazy and given up on them. See, there was always someone in my life that encouraged me and inspired me when I felt like giving up. She was always there by my side to lift me up and tell me to keep going. The person I'm referring to is my beautiful wife, and she's about to join me right now on the wire. So without further ado, please give her a big round of applause. On her mom's side, they own the 3rd oldest circus in Australia. And on her dad's side, they hail from Mexico, and they're known for the first to ever complete the quadruple somersault on the flying trapeze. Early on in our marriage and in our careers, my wife put a lot of her dreams on the back burner while I pursued mine as she helped raise our 3 children. It's hard for me to believe, but we have a 25-year-old son who just graduated from college. He's also a U.S. Marine. We also have a 22-year-old son who is currently serving in the U.S. Army, and he's based over in Belgium. And we have a beautiful 20-year-old daughter who is in nursing school, and she's actually visiting right now, helping sell concessions after our shows, and she was just proposed to last week here in Branson. And perhaps the most exciting to us is the fact that we just found out that one of our daughter-in-laws is expecting our first grandchild. As you can tell from the way we raised our boys, we certainly love this country. And we don't take for granted that we live in the greatest nation in the world. And we want to thank all of you guys. We want to thank any of you that have served in the armed forces. We really appreciate what you guys are doing and the sacrifices that you guys have and are making. You know, my wife has sort of started to get back at me for the fact that she had to put her dreams on the back burner. See, about 12 years ago, I was filming a TV series for the Discovery Channel. And we filmed an episode right here at Silver Dollar City where I broke a world record by hanging under a helicopter without any safety devices about 150 feet above Echo Hollow by my teeth. My wife broke that world record, doggone it, by hanging by her teeth under a helicopter 300 feet above Niagara Falls and then smashing that world record during my latest TV special on ABC about 2 years ago, where she hung by her teeth over 2,000 feet above an active volcano. Girl power, right? You guys should hear the conversations we have at the dinner table. It's pretty interesting. But I can't thank my wife enough for the sacrifices she made for me to be able to pursue those dreams. She currently has 2 Guinness World Records, and I have 14, so if you ask me, she has a little catching up to do. But I'm not competitive in any way, so don't worry about it. Thank you. I'm going to let her get up because, believe it or not, this is not the most comfortable place to sit in this theater. You guys heard a lot of great stories throughout this performance from all of our performers. My favorite story is Monty's story. You know, when Monty says that he was told by his doctors to go home and make himself comfortable because he wasn't going to live through the end of the month. He was wise enough to realize that he was sick, but he wasn't willing to accept that he was not going to live through the end of the month. See, I think if he would have accepted that, it would have turned to fear in his heart, in his spirit, and I don't know if he would be here with us today. You know, the Bible says that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. If there's one thing I've learned from this wire, it's that we are in control of our thoughts. Our thoughts are not in control of us. It sounds like a simple statement, but truly what I do is nothing but mind over matter. If I can walk a wire 2 feet off the ground, I can walk a wire in the clouds. Actually, I can walk a wire in space, which is a dream for my next TV special. That's just a little insight. You know, I've learned so much from this wire, but when it comes to practicality and negative voices and people talking into me and my spirit, I've learned to sort of drown those out with positiveness. Often I drown them out with the Word of God, but I also just do it practically in life. When I get in an argument with someone, for example, I make myself think of only great times I've ever had with that person. And you'd be amazed how quick you're able to move on past something, forgive somebody, and live your life. I think so many people are right now gripped because they have not forgiven others that are in their lives, that have hurt them in some way or another. And there's so much power in forgiving. I think of the time that I walked across the Grand Canyon. I was 1,500 feet above the canyon. And by the way, I didn't have a safety device on. But I was hit with a 48-mile-an-hour gust of wind. That's a lot of wind if you're on a sidewalk. I remember my mind going crazy. I remember wanting to go down the wire, grab on, and hold on and cry for my mommy. You guys giggle, but my mommy is a better wire walker than me, and she would have came and got me. But see, I was able to counter that negative thought, which would have turned into fear, with the fact that I trained with 90-mile-an-hour winds. So I was more than prepared for what I was facing. I think of negative thoughts, negative words that are spoken into our lives as weeds growing in the garden. If we don't pluck the weed out, eventually it'll spread seeds, germinate, and take over our entire garden. And it's the same with our minds. It's so easy to grasp hold of negativity. It's so easy to feed off of it. See, I encourage others to cast those thoughts out. Replace them with something positive. For over 200 years, our families have done what we've done in order to hopefully inspire you guys that nothing is impossible, that no dream is too crazy. As long as you pursue those dreams with passion and persistence, as long as you live by the words, never give up, and most importantly, as long as you keep God number one in your life, I truly believe that anything is possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nik and Wallenda.
All right, let's keep that applause going for the rest of our cast as they make their way back out to the stage here at Nik Wallenda Zirkus. First up, we have the amazing Veronica. And let's make a lot of noise. She's making her professional debut for you guys right here at Silver Dollar City. It's the enchanting Emma. And next up, we have the elastic and elegant Elaine. And of course, we have everybody's favorite funny man, the miraculous Monty. We have one question for you guys. What did you think of Nik Wallenda Zirkus? Thank you. You guys have been an amazing audience. In just a moment, Veronica and her two puppies are going to make their way up to that lobby. And they're going to be there. You guys have the opportunity to purchase a photo with them if you would like. Otherwise, just stop by and say hi. The rest of us, we're going to be in that lobby. We'll be over there shaking hands, signing autographs, and answering any questions you guys might have. We also have copies of a couple of my books and a few other cool items. But more than anything, please feel free to come by and take a photo with us. We are going to run up these aisles in just a second, so please keep them clear. As soon as we are past, you guys are free to go. Thanks for joining us and have a great afternoon here at Silver Dollar City.